Celtic are now officially the most successful club in Scotland, and now we're going to rate the players that helped them achieve that on both the green side and the blue side. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football Premier Sports Cup Final Player Ratings time.
Absolutely, it's -11 in Govan right now, and I've got a feeling that some of these players could be receiving a -11 rating when we get into it.
Oh, that could be true, but you know what, I'm not actually going to contribute to any ratings from either Celtic or Rangers since I only seen the highlights. But there is one rating I will contribute to just before we get into the goalkeepers for Kasper Schmeichel and Butland respectively. And that is Neil Critchley. I'm giving him a big fat 0. Bottom of the table. Has to go. Not good enough for Hearts. Never wanted him. Still don't want him. Never wanted Naismith. I'm not giving him a chance anymore. He's had his chance. He has to go. 0.
Yeah, I said this yesterday in the Hibs React feed just before we get into this.
I mean, pretty much every time Kilmarnock go down to 10 men, they get beat.
Yeah,
but today they go down to 10 men straight
also,
away.
Like, Hibs are above Hearts despite not sacking their manager. Hearts should be well clear of Hibs. Anyway.
Yeah, but that's, before we actually get into it, Hibs have got, that's their trump card, isn't it?
Aye.
See if it gets
Make Hibs great again.
See if it gets close. Hibs can pull the old, we'll sack the manager and get the new manager bounce. Now, yes, Hearts could sack Critchley, but I've got a feeling he's probably going to be given the season at least.
Yep.
I'm beginning to worry. Anyway.
Yeah, well, I'm beyond worry. I'm depressed. So we're going to get into it. Kasper Schmeichel up first, and it's only me actually rating it. But you can also give your thoughts, but not your rating. Is that fair enough? You can comment on certain things.
I'll give my thoughts.
It can't just be me talking for the next 20 minutes.
I tell you what,
get the world's smallest file in it.
Best goalkeeper Celtic's had in a long time.
Yep. Yeah, he was good. He saves the initial Igamani shot. That then, he left it to Barami, but I'm not going to have a go at him for that. He saved the winning penalty. He saved the penalty that won Celtic the match overall, and some decent saves. The save for Diamonde as well. Special shout out to that man. That was an insane save, tipping it round the post.
Disappointing thing for a Celtic perspective is the guy's 38 or 39 now, is he?
I think he's 38 still.
Either way, 38, 39. How long can he go? I mean, we've seen goalkeepers go into the 40s, but you've got no guarantee. Some keepers get into the 40s and are still near their best. Other goalkeepers get into the 40s and, are a shell of their former selves. So we'll have to wait and see how Kasper Schmeichel gets on. But, for me, Celtic will be hoping that he can stay at his peak levels, at least for another few seasons. And if he does, God knows how many more trophies he's going to pick up.
Yeah, I'll give him an 8 out of 10. Yeah, he didn't have to make an insane amount of saves, and I don't think any of the goals were really his fault, so I think an 8's about fair.
Conceding 3 goals and he's getting the 8, but if they're not his fault, they're not his fault.
Cup final, though, saves a penalty, it gets you onto lifting it. Makes a great save for Diamonde.
What about the fact that for, I believe, 3, maybe 4 of the 5 penalties, he was standing inside the box?
Was he?
Yep.
Well, there's a guy on the line watching it for that, not me.
No, I mean, not on the line. He was clearly in the box.
Not 1 foot on the line.
No, clearly in the box. Go and watch it. You haven't seen it, especially.
Yeah, but they went in anyway, didn't they? If they're scoring.
Oh no, the one that
Yilmaz.
Aye, but that's not the point. The Celtic ones where they're scoring.
Oh, he's in them.
He's in. So therefore, I think you could argue that they could rightfully all be retaken.
Nah.
There's one where. I think it's the 4th one. Is it the Hatate one? He is like 2.5 meters.
A door.
He's getting very close to. I could possibly be in Jack Butland's vision.
Aye.
Whereas Jack Butland stood outside for all of them, apart from the one that he took.
Speaking of Jack Butland, he's up next. He scored a penalty. I mean, I look at the 3 Celtic goals.
Go check it out.
Let me just tragically remember all 3 goals. What was the first one? Deflection, can't do anything.
World-class strike for Greg Taylor.
The second one,
right.
Maida just puts it underneath him. And then the third one, you know what, I can't really fault Butland, but you know what, he's a part of the losing team.
But he did score a good penalty, didn't he?
But he was nowhere near any of the penalties. So
yeah, well, I mean...
I think giving him a 6 seems too low, but I have to, man. You're on the losing team. I'm sorry, Butland, but, mate, I could have switched the ratings if you won, but you didn't.
You don't think he deserves a 7 for scoring that penalty?
No, I'll give him a 6.
Actually, made some good saves.
I'll give him a 7. You know why? Because he had the fucking minerals to step up, unlike that prick down at the bottom.
Cyril Dosser. Right, Alistair Johnston.
Quiet game. give him a 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10.
Went off. He went off quite early in terms of a game that went to extra time, put it that way.
What's your thoughts on Johnson as a player?
I can't stand the guy.
Yeah,
but you know what? I'd love him as my right back.
Ooh, speaking of your right back, James Tavernier.
James Tavernier.
Well, could he be dropped? Could he not be dropped? In the end, he got played. Was it the right decision?
I don't think Tavernier cost us today. I mean, I look across all the goals and think, well, I mean, Maida did score one, but to be fair, I mean, that's Balogun and Raskin, not really Tav, so... You know what, I'll give Tavernier a 6, honestly. I don't think he's at fault for any of the goals.
Is my mind went completely blank, or did he score a penalty?
He did, he scored the first one.
Oh, he took the first one.
But that,
he didn't have the bottle then to go last,
but
though.
as Roy Keane says, that's his job.
Can you not put Dessers
That's
on
his
first,
job,
no?
man. So, aye, right.
But going last tough. Especially if you're Jack Butland, like.
Aye.
That was brave.
Aye. Didn't matter though, did it?
No, it didn't, but anyway, Tav a 6.
Yep, right. Trusty, he got subbed off at half time. I'm going to give him a 5.
And he was on the losing team at half time, so technically he lost the first half.
Yeah, we won the first half.
Aye,
It's not a good joke about it when it's Hearts or something, but see when it's me, fuck. No, I don't want these first half
There is
jokes.
no tomorrow.
I don't want these first half jokes ever. Right,
No,
5 out of 10.
5 out of 10.
Right, proper.
I
actually gave him a 6. I thought he was alright.
He was on the winning team at half time.
Aye.
Right. Fair enough. Carter Vickers made that big tackle where he was 4-on-1 outnumbered, but he stood up and he made the block, important block. Yeah, Rangers should have done better on the counter, no doubt about it, but he had to be the one that made the block, and he did.
I'll give him a 7.
Yeah, I had Celtic went 2-0 down at that point. Could have been.
Like, you know what, right? See these player ratings? I think they're going to be fairly equal until we get to the subs, because that's my only real beef.
Only real beef. So a 7 for Vickers Balogun.
5. I think he's at fault for the second goal.
I think that's more of a Raskin fault, to be fair.
I'm giving him a 5 anyway. Right, Greg Taylor.
Right, world-class strike.
He cost Celtic a goal.
Roberto Carlos would be jealous.
Most of the joy came for this guy's side. You know what, his goal got him back in it. Lucky or not, I'll give him a 6.
Oh, you don't want to be lucky. It was a great strike.
Right, Yefty, fucking hell. 4 out of 10.
Not good.
No, just... He was good, and then he was just giving away the ball in worthless positions. It's like... Yeah, just a 4 out of 10, man.
Who is better
really
between
sloppy.
FD and Yilmaz?
I'd say Yefty. He's had an off game.
Yeah,
But Yilmaz, fuck. Don't even know what I'm going to say
so
about him.
FD's got a 4.
Aye. Right, Callum McGregor.
Captain, you can see here he's lifting it.
No, I'll tell you what, right?
One of many.
Callum McGregor won't care, and rightfully so. Probably one of the worst performances he's put in an Old Firm. Honestly, fucking non-existent.
I think that.
All you hear about this guy, he dictates the game. He dictated hee-haw. Now, who walks away with the trophy? Still Callum McGregor at the end of the day. But I'm going to give him a 5, man. He was he was bog standard. And this isn't me being bitter. My team's fucking shite.
I don't rate the guy.
And Celtic's on 119. But you know what? Fact of the matter is this: he's still lifting the trophy. And I may sound crazy to give him one less than Tav, but I think Cal McGregor had a stinker, but he won't care.
I wouldn't take him over Cammy Devlin, like that's for sure.
That's plenty, right? 5.
5.
Right, Nico Raskin ran his absolute panning, but made a lot of mistakes.
So what's that equate to?
4.
4.
A lot of mistakes.
Hatate, Big Rio, not being at his best lately. I mean, you could maybe argue the whole season he's not been that great, but he did score. He scored the important penalty. Probably, I'd say his penalty is probably the most important penalty. Or do you disagree? It's the most important penalty, the one that wins it.
Of course, it's the one that wins it, but I see your logic but
the miss
he's
isn't
got
really
the opportunity to cancel it out.
Yeah, the miss isn't really a miss until he scores. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I will give Hatate. I mean, I guess McGregor did score a penalty, but fuck it, we'll stick with 5. Hatate, I'll give Hatate. I'll give him a 5 as well.
See if McGregor was lifting the trophy and he dropped it and it just smashed into a million pieces, would you give him a 6 then? Possibly a 7?
I'll give him a 5.
Well, we're on about McGregor here.
Oh, fuck, I don't care, mate. I'm too sunned out. I'm giving Hatate a 5.
So you didn't hear what I said, no?
Not really. Diamonde, I'll give him a 5. Right, Bernardo.
Any reason why?
I thought he didn't really do a lot wrong. You know, it's a tough one. I feel like in the game today, the teams kind of cancelled each other out in a way, but so therefore, just by default, Celtic winning is going to boost their ratings. You know what I mean?
Do you think Clement left changes too late? Do you think he should have brought fresh?
No, because we'll get to them.
What about Connor Barron?
They were done when they get brought on. Well, you know what? Connor Barron's one I wouldn't have minded seeing, but let's go into Bernardo.
I'm surprised he never got brought on sooner.
Right, I'm going to give Bernardo a 5 out of 10. I think this is probably one of the first games in a while where Celtic... I don't want to say they lost the midfield battle, right? Because I don't think anyone really won or lost, even though, we won, so we won. Right?
You're giving out 4s and 5s here for the Rangers side, so did they win the battle in the midfield?
Well, hold on, if Barami gets a 5, then technically... Give Bernardo a 5.
5.
Barami's up next. I thought
Bernardo should have started over Engels. I think he deserved that start. Yeah, I think he earned it.
I'm going to give Barami a 6.
6?
Right.
He did get the opening goal.
He got the opening goal. And you know what? I think both midfields were pretty standard today. But what I would say with that is Celtic are so used to dominating this fixture. Does that mean Rangers had a better midfield on the day? Because they brought it up to their level. We tried, guys. Woo! I'll give them a 6.
Don't get too excited for me.
Trust me, if I don't... Nicholas Kuhn, I'm going to give Kuhn an 8. Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. Scored a goal. Was a constant threat in that right-hand side. Caused Yefty a lot of misery. 8 out of 10.
Will he be at Celtic come February?
There's a cat. Well, yeah, I don't know. I'm giving him an 8. I'm giving him an 8. Right, up next, Hadji. I think he was Rangers by far best outfield player. I'm not going to give him an 8 though. I'll give him a 7.
7 for Hadji. Fair enough.
Dyson Maeda scored the winning penalty. Pickpocketed Raskin and Balogun for that reason. I think he had a quiet game. You know, I don't want to say Tav pocketed him because he didn't. If he pocketed him, he could have kept him in the pocket for the last penalty.
You're used to Maeda ripping Tav a new one, aren't you?
Yeah, I'll give him a 7. Tierney, another game where I think he's bottled it against Celtic, so I'm going to give him a 4. Thought he was shite.
Is Tierney maybe not a big game player? Or at least not a Celtic
I thought
game
he was
player?
decent against Tottenham. Yeah, probably. Right, Kyogo.
Europa night, so it's different gravy, isn't it?
Thursday, 4, mate. Where are you going with that 5? Right, Kyogo, I thought Rangers did a really good job of keeping Kyogo quiet. I'm going to give Kyogo a 5 out of 10.
5 out of 10, man, for Kyogo, right? Igamani.
Igamani, he gave away the ball quite a lot of times sloppily, right? But this is a kid that's just brought into the starting 11, right? And you know what? He's shown more up front against the best defence in Scotland than any Rangers striker's done in years. So, you know, may sound a bit biased. I'm going to give him a 6. You know, his work, his shot forced Rangers into getting that first goal. On the flip side, though, he should have passed it to his left for to make it 2-0. He didn't, and you know what? The guy on the right still should have done better, so it's a 6 out of 10. Liam Scales, come on. Didn't really do a lot wrong. I'll give him a 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10. Yilmaz
cost the third goal, missed the penalty. Again, the guy that misses the penalty is always going to get a lot of hate.
Was that a bad penalty?
It wasn't the best penalty, put it that, but I said as soon as he was walking up, he's missing it. Fair play to him, right, for actually taking it. And same with Ramsey. I've always said that about Ramsey. You know what? There was more experienced guys in the team than Rangers players, man, that should be taking penalties over like the likes of Ramsey and Yilmaz.
You just invented a brand new player there.
I did. But the reality is, guys, you know, the guy's greeting his eyes out. I don't care.
So I mean, it must matter to him, like, you know, at least he's not smiling and not shaking hands. I mean, it's...
Ramsey wasn't greeting. You know what?
Fuck, if you were getting paid what he was, would you be greeting him?
No. I'll give Yilmaz a 4.
4.
Anthony Ralston, he was pish.
Was he at fault, do you think, for the third goal?
Absolutely, I'll give him a 4 as well.
Is Ralston lucky that Celtic won this on penalties? Do you think if Rangers win this, he's the blame guy? You think people are blaming Ralston? Saying not good enough, etc.
He wouldn't be the only blame guy. We'll get into the rest of them on the Celtic bench.
You don't think he'd be the...
No, I said this during the game. It's like, I think Rangers had the potential with their bench to improve the team. well, Celtic were only going to weaken their team with their subs. But the way it played out, Rangers actually got worse.
So Ralston's getting, what, a 4-3?
Yeah, a 4. Do you agree with that, though? Do you not think with Rangers' subs, it looks like they could improve the team, while with Celtic, they're always going to get it weaker, maybe apart from the Engels?
Well, I mean, they brought on £20 million here, so that shouldn't be the case.
Well, we'll get
But then
to that.
again, we all know Ida's not a £9 million player.
We do. Right, Sterling.
9.5, actually.
Bog standard for Sterling 5.
Right, Sterling.
Right, Arnie Engels. I'm going to give Arnie Engels a 4 out of 10. You know what, right? See if Rangers won this, and we didn't. I think there would have been massive question marks about Arnie Engels and Adam Adair after this game. We have brought on 20 million. Celtic would be like, we've brought on 20 million worth of talent, and they've amounted to hee-haw.
Well, look, I don't care if Celtic won or not. Engels,
yeah, but they're not going to care.
You know, I haven't really seen enough of Engels, so it is what it is. Although I do think he's overrated, like. But Ida, he's shite. He's not at that. Celtic have been fleeced. Celtic have been fleeced 9.5 million. Absolutely. Guy's worth a couple of million max. I wouldn't even have paid that for him. You can get way better players than Ida.
Yeah, I agree. 4 for Engels.
Yo, I don't. People laugh. Shanklin's better than Ida. He is. Shanklin's on form. See when Shanklin loses a bit of weight and gets back to scoring goals. Better than this guy. Anyway, you're giving Engels a 4.
Hopefully he loses a bit of weight for the pre-contract.
Oh.
4.
Danilo got a goal.
He got a goal.
I thought the movement for the goal was decent.
It was good goal, right? Maybe I was a bit critical on Danilo earlier, but you know what? I thought his pressing and effort was bad. It wasn't as bad as the two at the next 3 for Rangers. I'll give him a 5. He got a goal, but again, not enough.
Right, Ida.
Wait. Danilo took a
He scored.
Give him a 6 actually.
6 for Danilo.
He scored a penalty.
Fair enough. Right, Ida. What's your thoughts on this guy? I don't know how any Celtic fan can genuinely be happy with the business done. If you think he's a decent player or whatnot, then that's fit. But I don't know how you can look at this and go, we haven't overpaid. That is shocking to me. The excuses that I've heard, but they had to because Norwich knew that we were desperate and not. Bullshit. Fuck, you get somebody else. You telling me Celtic could not have... Look at Miovski. You could have got... Miovski is a way better player than either.
The reality is, as I said earlier, if Celtic lost this, the question marks about Adair and Engels would have been raised, especially Adair. I mean, just because his team won, does that mean he shouldn't get the lowest grade here? Well, I mean, he's not going to get the lowest grade, spoiler. I'm going to give him a 3. Honestly, Kyogo was kept quiet, but this guy was kept in mouse mode. It was just nothing. He offered nothing. It's a 3 out of 10.
See when you're playing in Scotland, I think the ability to bring 20 million off the bench should automatically win you the game.
Ah, absolutely. Now, if you think that 3 out of 10 is harsh for Adam Adair, wait till you hear the next guy.
No, but do you not think so? Do you not think if you play in Scotland, you're a team in Scotland, and you bring on £20 million with a double substitution, that should be enough to steamroll your opposition?
No, it should
if you've got the luxury of bringing on £20 million.
I guess against Rangers it might be a wee bit different, but I know even against Rangers now, man, you'd expect 20 million should be able to do something.
But
it didn't though.
The more I see of Engels, the worse I think he looks.
Yo, but let's put it this way though, right? You can say 20 million, right, for Engels and Adair, right, and other things. Rangers brought on Danilo, Dessers and Yilmaz. That's about what? That's about near 15 million, 15, 16 million.
That's a lot of money, isn't it?
You know what I mean? Like, you're talking about a lot, like near 40 million worth of talent, come on, and they made the team worse despite having energy.
A lot of duds. Right,
anyway,
so you're just getting a
3 out of 10.
Right, Cyril Desser's your best friend.
I'm not going to break the scale like some mongoloids. This is a 0. If I could give lower, I would give lower. Disgusting. Only thing he did, well, 2 things he did. He got brought on and he immediately got a yellow. He put the boot through Carter Vickers. If he's trying to collect staunch points, he's about 12 months out of date. And then for the other thing, he purposely didn't put his name forward for the penalty shootout and he let Yilmaz and Butland go ahead of him. Cardia, man. He's got a bloody mouse heart.
Is that his Rangers career done?
Oh, aye. Done. It was done anyway, man, but that's the final coffin.
Yeah. I mean, does he think that he looks better by not taking one than taking one and missing? Is that the logic you think, Dessers? Is he like, oh, fuck, fans are on my back. If I take a penalty and I cost us a cup final...
I've seen people say that on Twitter, but the reality is this not the time to put up or shut up? Realistically, he's going, no matter what happens here. Why not try and end it on a high? But what does he do? He tucks his tail in between his legs like a dog that's shat on the carpet.
It's like Apollo Creed. Did he look better getting killed in round 2, or should he have just walked away after round 1? Do you know what I mean?
I know.
It's the kind of logic I think we're going with here.
I know, you've got Buddy.
Sometimes you got to go down with a fight.
Big,
and Danilo tucked his tail between his tucked his tail between his legs. And
it is a 0 out of 10. It's somehow not the worst performance.
I think when you're an attacking player, they talk about the goals. This guy scores 20 plus goals and all this over last season. Well, you tell me this guy can't take a penalty? And I think it looks even worse when it's the goalkeeper that takes one instead.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to get this a 0, so move on. Fatley, I'll give him a 5. I thought he was just as good as Taylor, but he didn't have a goal-scoring moment.
Is he an upgrade on Taylor? Can this guy potentially be
close
signed?
enough? I don't think there's much in it.
Can he be signed permanently, or do you think there's better value for Celtic out there?
Well, there may be better value, but you'll know what this guy's capable. But I think Barca, 2 dear, 5. Connor Barron looked depressed after the game, looked depressed during the game.
No, I thought especially midfield tired. Like you said, Raskin, Diomande didn't do. Obviously, I didn't see the game in real time, but looking at it in hindsight, I am surprised that he didn't bring Barron on until the second half of extra time, was it?
Yeah.
105th
minute.
For me, it's like, shouldn't you be bringing this guy on? I don't know when you bring him on, but I'm thinking you bring him on with more time than that. I think bringing somebody on 15 minutes, that's kind of chucking a striker on.
But also,
it's like a game, someone in the midfield, though, they can change the game, and I think they need more than 15 minutes.
They can, but on the flip side of that, he's going into the engine room. Surely with 15 minutes to go, that's the most dangerous a fresh Barron can be. If he's going into the engine room of a midfield, and he didn't run around. Honestly, I'm going to give Barron a 3 out of 10. He put more effort in than the guys around him. Like, well, the sandwich he's about to be in, which, by the way, guys, it's going to be a 00 shite sandwich, right? So it's a 3 out of 10. Up next,
I don't know if Forrest came on next. I've just stuck him in there.
He did come on.
That's all right.
I don't even. James Forrest did nothing, but
could have been Alan Forrest for all I know.
Aye. You know. Does Alan shit in the woods or does James shit in the woods? I'll give him a 5 out of 10. Straight down the middle. Jesse Ventura.
Is he not the most successful Celtic player of all time?
I think so.
Huh. What a guy. Just a trophy collector.
You know what?
Right, Kieran Dowell.
This guy's got something wrong with him. So, I don't... I mean, are we ranking his ability or his chromosomes? Because I do not know...
Both a 0, huh?
I don't know what's... I honestly don't... This guy won a competition. I'm fucking convinced of it. He came on.
I think
he didn't make one pass with his feet. It was always his head.
Do you think Michael Beale should be investigated?
Like Peter Lovenkranz's fucking dog, man. What was going on?
Do you think Beale should be investigated for money laundering with this Kieran Dowell deal?
What was a free? Like, how much money did he launder?
Well, what about the wages, man? There must be something going on here.
I don't.
You think Kieran Dowell's making money at Rangers? You think he gets a paycheck?
He's getting something out of the bargain.
I think he's just there to stick a shirt on. I think his money's going to somebody else.
I refuse to.
It can't be going to him. This guy's not making 25 grand a week.
I refuse to believe that someone else couldn't have been brought on in his place.
When's his contract run out?
Why not bring Liam Kelly on and stick him in Butland?
What about the young kid that came on in the Europa League, Fraser?
Aye, Bailey Rice, guys like that. Honestly, Leon King even. Leon King.
Those guys are supposed to be the future. Kieran Dowell's not the future. This guy's sticking around until his contract runs out.
See, Kieran Dowell got brought on for the engine room, right? See Leon King. He's actually like a he's like a centre midfield CDM.
You could have brought him on.
I just don't get it. It's a 0.
Well, we've seen him in the Champions League. He's certainly not a defender.
If I could give this -10, I would, but it's a 0. Dessers and Doyle can't play for Rangers again. But how many times have we said this? Or I've said it. This guy can't play ever again, and then they end up doing. Like, it's just a fuck. And the people I hear, oh, but he needs to play him so his value stays hot. It stays hot. This guy's got as much value as an out-of-date fucking meal deal.
Tesco value meal deal.
It's just
who would, if you had a chance to discard one of these players, Dessers, Doyle, who would it be?
It'd be Doyle, because I still feel like
Dessers can get a goal,
and he can also he can go for money.
Couple of million, maybe, if you're
Doyle
lucky.
can't go for hee-haw.
Nah, Doyle's just
a couple of chocolate coins.
So what's Doyle's purpose?
He hasn't ate them, bastard.
When's his career? What did he get signed on? A 2-year, 3-year? It's 3-year, 2-year. Surely not more than that.
Fucking 3-year work experience. I don't know.
Well, how long did he get?
I think it's 3. I think it was a 3-year deal.
Oh, so end of 2026?
Yeah.
And this guy's stuck at Rangers till then?
Yeah.
Because no one's going to come in and pay money for him.
Aye, absolutely.
So Dowell's only halfway through his Rangers career, really?
Yeah, I agree.
Oof. There must be something you can... Dell should just walk
mate,
away.
That's what I can do.
He should walk away and donate his money to charity. Do the right thing.
Yep. Right, managers. I think the manager's a really tough one. You know what, right? Obviously, being supporting Rangers, I had more eyes on the Rangers players. See, maybe James Forrest put in a stinker like Dollar Dessers. I can't really confirm or deny that. I've just gave him a 5 because I didn't notice him, right? But don't be expecting me to give Rodgers a 10 here and Clement a 0. But the fact of the matter is
how could it possibly be that much of a difference? Though, it was a penalties or 50 coin
No,
toss?
because that's what I'm going to say, right? I think I think Celtic got the starting 11 right because, you know, we said that Luke McCoy's cup tied, so therefore it has to be Engels that gets dropped. That's what happened. As for Rangers, there was points in the first half I was like, I maybe would have wanted him in there. But as proven with the subs, they were pretty much all wrong. So realistically, how much... And it's not like Maida caused Tav a lot of problems. They warrant Sterling starting. So the starting 11s were correct. Clement, for me, you know, he was tactically correct in the first half. He won the first half, guys. Oh, yeah. It's not like the subs changed the game for Rodgers. It was the players that he already picked. And then it's like the subs were just equally as bad. Like, I know Rangers have got the lower rated subs here, but Rodgers remains undefeated at Hampden. It's 10 in a row. The 10 didn't get stopped today. I'm going to give Brendan Rodgers, honestly, like, what do you get? I'm going to give him a 7, man.
7, right.
And I am going to give Philip Clement a 5. I'm not going to give him a 0 because he's not 1 in 6 against Celtic. See, at the end of the day, this wasn't the worst one, but the reality is he still has to go. It's unacceptable.
What could he have done different?
I'm basing him off this game, not his tenure.
What could he have done different?
Clement?
Aye, what would you have done different if you're Fleet Clement? Where did he get it wrong? At what point?
What point?
Subs, you think? Or
But when I look at the bench, I mean, who else was on the bench to bring on? I feel like, honestly, if we made it 2-0 with that chance, then you never know. But you look at the starting 11, I mean, what could he have really have done? You know, Yilmaz made 2 mistakes. He might have made those mistakes when he started. Honestly, I can't really... What did Clement do wrong today? Rodgers and Clement both did nothing wrong, apart from their subs. But that cancels each other out. It's a 5 out of 10. It's just, the difference is, Rodgers' team won, Clement's didn't.
aye, and Rodgers doesn't have Kieran Dowell on the bench either, so I mean,
No.
you've got that. Right, any closing thoughts here? Player ratings?
That is us done. And it's me done.
I wonder what trophies look like when they're not drabbed in green and white, you know.
Shite.
Aye.
I don't know.
I don't think I can't remember last time I was looking at a trophy that wasn't green and white.
Well, I mean, last season.
Anyway.
That was Rangers' trophy, big man. But 119, Leeds 118. And, aye, good night.